Thank you for being here. This video we are going to do on how to run leads from Propstream. So the first thing we're going to do is open our browser and we're going to type in propstream.com. That's why on our screen so you can see better. And this is like really cool because it has like a 7-day free trial. I'll be sending you your login info though. But if you wanted to try yourself, you could always try that out, you know. Now we're going to log in. And the first thing that's going to come up, we'll go ahead and allow our location. So the first thing that's going to come up is advertisements usually. So we're going to close this. There's some cool stuff on here as well. So you could always kind of, read through this just to kind of get a better feel about leads, how to run a system, how to do comps, all of that. But we'll close that. So here we are at the home screen, and the home screen really cool because it has the search bar right at the top, and this is where you're going to put in where you're going to have your target market, right? To where you're going to get your leads from, which zip code, city, or state. So we are usually working in Philadelphia. So we're going to do Philadelphia by region because, it is really big. So let's start out with maybe some North Philly zip codes. There's 19137. So let's type that into the search bar. 19137. Usually that's going to come up like 19137 PA. Just make sure you click the right one because multiple might come up here. So here we go. We have 4,000 unique properties, which isn't that bad. That's actually a pretty good list. However, we don't want to market to anybody that we don't need to. So we are going to filter this list down. These are the list of all the properties that came up, and you see this really cool. It has all types of stuff: MLS, foreclosure, bank owned, liens, vacant, all of these. So we're going to filter this. And there's a lot of cool options over here. All right. These are great search options. You can do so much with this in the future, especially when we start expanding. The first tab I'll explain to you is the owner occupied. We love this tab. I don't always use it because I rather deal with properties without tenants in it. However, it's a great tool because we know that if we click no for owner occupied, right? That if their owner isn't there, then it's either vacant or they're renting it out. So we know that it may be a problem, it may not be for them, but eventually they're gonna maybe consolidate, liquidate. So yeah, it'll be great to reach out to these type of people, these renters. And as you can see, if I click this, I'll show you just how much the list cuts in half real quick. Let me show you. Look at that. Well, all the way down to 1270 from 4,000, right? But today we're not going to choose that. So the occupancy status, this one I love because I love targeting vacant homes. They have the property characteristics here, all types of stuff: agriculture, recreational, residential, commercial. All of these types, single family condo. If you want to get in even more detail, you can play around with these. Like I said, as long as you come to me before you start a new search criteria, just say, I want to target just probates, or I want to target just pre-foreclosures, in this area. Just come to me, you tell me, and, I'll most likely sign off on it. Let you know if I need any changes, okay? So like I said, you can play around with this. So you have the MLS status. This is usually always a no for me, because I don't really work with realtors. I don't mind working with them if I see a property on market, and I have a buyer that would really love that certain property. Sometimes I have a lot of buyers that aren't here, so I'll go ahead and market their property to them, and we could do something together. But for the most part, I do not market or prospect to properties that are already listed on the MLS. So pre-foreclosure and bank owned, which is great. It tells you if it's on auction default, so you could always If we want to just do foreclosures across the city, let's just do foreclosures, stuff like that, you know. So it's just a great tool. The ownership info, how many years it was owned, probate. This is a great one. This is if it's deceased. It's in pre-probate. The absentee owner, also a great one. Like I said, you could play around. We could just do probates for a certain, you know, market or a certain city. Enter family transfer. This is great because it'll let you know if it was already probated or not. All right, liens, valuation, mortgage info, and this is great too because the this will allow you to see when they were in bankruptcy, when they were divorced. This pre foreclosure one also gives you the option. I'm sorry, not that one. This valuation one also gives you the option of doing an LTV. So that if we're going ahead and targeting pre-foreclosures, you can make sure the loan is not more than what it is the house is worth. Okay. But for today, we are going to do the filter that I love and I usually always use. So we're going to do any owner occupied because we're going to do vacant. There's not going to be anybody in the house. This is going to be the search criteria for most of our leads. We're going to go to classification. We don't usually work with all these, so let's just do residential, commercial, and vacant land. This is what I want for all of my searches. Come down, residential, commercial, and vacant land. Just hit those 3 check marks because we don't want to waste our time with all of these. We're not there yet. We will get there. MLS status. This is one I also always use. I don't want to work with any realtors. I'd rather not direct market to anything that's already on the market. So we're going to always click no for that. And this is very important. Ownership info. I usually put in at least 3 to 5 years of ownership. Reason being, most likely if someone just bought their house a year or 2 ago, whether it's an investor or a new family, they're not going to want to just right off the bat resell. Most of the times investors let it sit for a year or they want to do some improvements. So we're going to put in for today. You can do either 3 or 5 years. I don't mind. We're going to do 3 years for now. Okay, because it's such a small list, so we don't want to narrow it down too much. So already, look, we only have 37 properties. So clearly we have to build this list up. But this is a great start. 37 properties which are vacant, have been owned at least 3 years, right? And is not listed on the MLS. So we're going to go ahead and now export this list to Excel. You're going to hit this, check this button right next to unique properties, which will select all of them. We're going to add it to list. And we already have a North Philly list. So we're going to add it to this North Philly list. However, if you want to if we're targeting a new market, you know, and you're doing this on your own, you can hit create new list and then you name it whatever you want, you know, case list. Whatever. All right, but we are going to add this because we are already building a North Philly list. Add this to North Philly list. We're going to save. Perfect. We're going to close. And we're going to go to do this one more time just to make sure you got it. Okay, so let's clear all. And the cool thing, let's do it 2 more times because the cool thing about this is I want to show you how when you put that search criteria and you don't have to save it, but it'll automatically do it for that amount of time that you're on the computer. So let's do the next zip code in North Philly 19138. Click here. All these properties will come up. This is a great amount, 12,000. We're going to filter. Vacant. And remember the ones that we're always going to choose. Classifications. MLS status. No. And ownership info. 3 years. All right, great. 243 properties. We're going to do the same thing. Hit it. Add to list. North Philly list. Great. Okay, and we're going to do one more zip code. Just so I can show you. If you didn't, if you're on the same lead generation task, once you go ahead and put this in, your search criteria should already be, your search criteria should already be saved in here. So we're going to do 19134 PA. And look, now you see, your search criteria is already saved, right? That's why you got these small amount of properties. Let me show you. So if you were to take it off, see, look, vegan, if you were to take that off, that's how many it really is, right? So just showing you that, if you're doing a campaign, right, all you got to do, those search options will stay just as they are through, that particular campaign until you're ready to clear them or you log out, of course. So we're going to, again, select the list, add it to your North Philly list. Okay. So now let me show you how to export these into Excel. Really simple. Go to my properties. Right? You're going to take your list, your North Philly list, and it should all pop up. This is another list I'm building over here. These addresses should all pop up, okay? In order to select this full list, which is now 5,000, you're going to click this button right next to address. That is going to select all, and you're going to see right here, export. Real simple. Real simple. Export, and this might take a second, so. And it should export and save directly to your Excel. Your Excel should just kind of pop up, or whichever Google form, whatever you're using. Okay, let me show you how to do it one more time. We'll use the South Philly list, Southwest. Click the address and just hit export. Okay, this keeps coming up as the list automator, but we're gonna do that soon. All right, and there we go. We're all done. Thank you so much for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions, if I could have been more clear, if I could have cut the video shorter, unnecessary information. Any feedback would be awesome. Have a great, great, great day and productive. Talk to you soon.